Alright, next day we successfully got out of New York. I made it home last night, you know, got my oil and whatnot. So I am headed down now to go drop. We're about 55 minutes away, or 44 miles. And I'm gonna get this thing dropped. We have some big intercooler piping coming today because I've been pulling this trailer. I've had a boost leak for a little bit now. I'm just waiting on the package to get delivered. So it comes with new boots, 3.5-inch intercooler piping. I ordered all that. Seems like I drove to New York yesterday and it barely moved on the dipstick. So whatever, doesn't seem like it's as bad as it was, but let's just skip past the boring shit and let's just go get this trailer dropped. All right, well, we got her dropped. Everything's good. Out in Amish country out here, but they're cool. So, I don't know, for the price they paid, I might have to buy one eventually, because he said, I think he said he paid $13,100 after all said and done, and it has some roof damage, so, I don't know. We're gonna go home. Well, I'll see if I can get some oil picked up out here, but if not, I'm gonna head home. And I have intercooler pipes waiting for me. So we're gonna go install some big intercooler piping and fix the truck. All right, so I got the intake off. I didn't expect this to come in today, but I spent like 60 bucks on that. So I'm gonna try it out before I put the big piping kit on. You can see that's 3.5 inch, so that'll sit something like that. This boot's weird, I don't know, but the other ones are like that, so. Got the intake off. I'm gonna get this installed and see what you know, what the deal is, because I don't know. Also, I see coolant down there. I must not have cleaned this thing very well. I guess on the cheaper stuff they're moving to 10mm, but there it is. There it is, sitting on the front of the turbo. So I'm gonna fill it up. See, I assume it was this boot here, just because. But I sold the other extra one I had to the other black truck. So I am. I don't know, I'll just fill it up and we'll see what it is. So when I filled the air compressor, I couldn't film and do it at the same time, but it sounded like this one here was leaking, because it wasn't from this one, but you guys can see like this one's been worn quite a few times. So I'm gonna get this installed. I don't know why they make the lip like that, but all the more you can really put in those. So that's on there. I'll get the clamps. Looks like I don't know if those are 11 or a 10. Hopefully 11, but whatever. So get them installed, and then we'll move to the other side. This one even comes with bungs. Not that they're needed, but it comes with them if you want them. So again, really no white reason why there's, you know, the extra inch down here, because the tube's right in there, so you can see. But if you do line them up like that, you can see they are, you know, pretty damn close, if anything. So I'm gonna get this installed. I only paid $175 for this whole kit, so it's not too bad. This boot looked pretty bad, like stuff's falling off of it. Maybe this one was the boot, I don't know, but we'll do a test drive afterwards and see. Alright, so now all the piping is installed, I've noticed. So every one of them are like this. You can't push it in anymore because it's literally right there. And then up here, you know, I can't get it all the way on, but we'll see how it holds up. Ultimately, the performance of it will matter the most. It's kind of cockeyed right here, so longer boots would be nice. But for what it is, 175 bucks, we'll see how well it holds up. I did not tighten that clamp. Glad I came over here and did a pre-trip. So then I'll get the intake put back on. I lost my rad cap somehow. Must have lost that this morning. So I'm gonna go buy another one. Turbo seems all right. And then I bought another pump. So we're gonna try this pump out. It has really good reviews. And I'm gonna put it right where that old pump was. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with the old pump, because this one was like, lasted me 12 days. Pretty bad. Oh, whatever. This is the little screen that they give you that goes in the on the line at the end of it, so that you don't suck stuff up. I throw it away because I have one, but. All right, so I got everything installed, and the new pump is on as well. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to get on it here because I just started it, but we'll see if I have any leaks. And we blew a boot. No, wait. No, we didn't. What the hell? did not fix the problem. There's a leak somewhere. I don't know what that is or why it's doing it. That is obnoxious. That sucks. I thought I blew a boot. Turns out that might have been for nothing. You know, I know you guys get mad at me when I run no air filter, but I'm really wondering, because it's kind of weird how it happens. Like, it'll hit 20 plus, and then it'll like boost will go to 0, it'll make a blow off noise and whatnot. I'm wondering if there's something in the inlet tube that is causing a restriction. I'm wondering, because it's weird how this is happening too. And what was happening before, when I didn't have the clamp tight on the inlet tube, when it was happening, it would blow the intake tube off on the vacuum side. No, I'm gonna get to AutoZone, I'm gonna get this coolant cap replaced, fill up the coolant, and then I'm gonna take the intake off and run it without the intake and see if that's what's causing the problem. Also, I did just order new drilled and slotted rotors because my brakes are shot in the front, so I ordered new ones. The backs are new, so once the backs wear down, I'm gonna put drilled and slotted on them too. We're gonna be upgrading everything on the suspension and brakes because I have now rebuilt the front end on this truck 3 times, and I've always used OEM or Moog, and it's always come back to bite me in the ass. So like, I am ordering upgraded ball joints here in probably a week or 2. I'm gonna be ordering them, and a lot more like steering box. I'm gonna go with the redhead because apparently that's like the best, but you guys get the point. So we're gonna be upgrading here a lot of stuff because I am so sick of having to do it more than once. I was always told OEM stuff was the best, and after 3 times of doing it, I'm done trying. Same with wheel bearings. I'm tired of replacing wheel bearings too, so it's just time. Say it's safe to say I found the problem, so I'm gonna go buy a new one. This was just replaced too, so that's kind of weird. All right, hopefully that's the right one. That's what their book called for. So yeah, it's terrible. Holy shit, we have fucking, oh my god. That was a lot of black. I am gonna have to do some tuning on that. But it hit 32 PSI, so I need more boost, less fuel. Jesus, I cannot believe we're gonna have to do some more tuning. But wow, I can't believe an air filter in a month got like that. Yeah, I'm gonna up the boost now. I wanna see 38 PSI. I think that's gonna be the next goal with this turbo. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what I mean now with the acceleration. Damn cops decided to ruin it. I don't know what's going on here, but I guess I couldn't complete that pull. 2 people crashed into each other back there. I don't know, but yeah, this thing smokes. Like, it was a deep, dark cloud when it was warming up. I don't know what it'll do when it's like warmed up. Should be a lot better, but I'm not gonna try because there's a car behind me and I don't want to smoke them out. But I'm gonna tune it down a little bit, and hopefully that helps. It's always nice when you can rig stuff to work until you can get down the road. But here we go. So I have now fixed. I'm gonna replace this with loom here, but I have now redone the wiring on the pump. So this is the same gauge thickness as what was coming in. 25 amp fuses. I have 20 of them on order. So I'll be replacing, I only have 1 right now, so I'll put a 20 amp in there as soon as I can get it in, and loom all this, make it all nice and pretty, and then we'll go from there. So looks a lot nicer. All right, so if I didn't do enough moving around before, we're at the point in Carlisle. Driver dropped the trailer in someone's spot at the storage lot, so I'm gonna drop this here, go grab it, be like 30 seconds, and then we'll have 2 of them. We're gonna try to stack this trailer on top of the other trailer. I still have his gooseneck hitch here and everything, so I guess he's picking this up today. I'm gonna go make sure I don't getting any issues having that other trailer there. All right, picking up trailer number 2. All right, I hate backing up the gooseneck. You cannot see out that back window for shit with all that stuff on there. But should get me a little backup camera somewhere so I can actually see, but I don't know, fifth wheels are still a lot nicer. Somehow I got this one on the first shot. Let's make sure these lights work, because we have lights, 4 ways, marker light. This trailer's in a lot nicer condition. I'd rather buy this one over the other one, but let's see. I see 4 ways. Wow, this one actually has all of the lights working. Cool. Let's get her going. You can see there's the line. It's like way over. Yeah, like here's a spot. The line right down the middle. 2 spots. All right, trailer number 2. Everything works. Let me check. Lights. He should be here any minute. Sure they all work. Again, just to make sure. Cool. All right, next step, I guess we're not doing it here. We're just gonna take him to Fleet Pride. So, wait for him to get here and we will call it a day. Could have sworn somebody called the police on me, but I saw him coming around the corner. Thought he was for me, but I don't know. Hopefully he gets here, we can go to Fleet Pride real quick, and then just simple as that, go drop him off. All right, we're here. Get her backed in. This poor trailer. I'm glad I get the nice one. All right, we got both trailers at Fleet Pride. Driver just left. I didn't give him a hard time for doing that at the yard, but yeah, note to self, guys, you can't just park trailers wherever you want. So, get this thing dropped, and this is the nice one. Everything's good on this one. I don't know if they're doing work on this one here, and they're going through and fixing all of it, but I do know he wants to get this thing loaded in the morning, so we'll see if that's possible. That's pretty wavy. So, not too bad. Pretty close. Alright.
This is it, you know, it's fucking, I didn't think it was gonna fucking.
Now I'm waiting. Set the yard on fire.
That's why I told him to set it over this one, man.
Also, leave them in the morning. Poor kids. Trying to sleep. Is it gonna go off again? I got a fire extinguisher right there, so I'm not worried about it.
I was gonna say, it ain't that loud.
That one sucks. Yeah, that one sucked.
That one's good.
Oh, there we go. Holy fuck. Alright, so I want to go over with you guys at the end of this video here, because, you know, not much really going on. Like I said, I'm not filming anything with the shop or anything with going and getting, you know, fuel and picking up stuff. So, mainly just trying to focus on the Hotshot stuff. Now, there's 2 things here at the end of the video for you guys that I want to show you. You guys can see here, I have the load board up. I have my Carlisle, PA at 300 miles. I've kind of been running the surrounding states, Northeast, down to South Carolina, sometimes Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, if needed. But these are the rates that I want to show you that kind of show up on Central and give you guys kind of an idea what is going on in the power-only side of the industry and why a lot of guys might actually be getting out or going and buying trailers, because right now cars have kind of like tanked a little bit. You can still find stuff in here, But I want to go over and show you guys on here the loads that I can physically do and show you how low the power only stuff is paying, because obviously prices are going up. Fuel's going up, your grocery stuff is going up, your bills are going up, but in the trucking market, your fuel is going up, your cost to operate is going up, but rates actually are going down. Now, I get it. Freight, cars, and power only and RV transport are 4 different areas of the trucking industry. I understand that freight is doing well in certain areas, but that's not what we're focusing on. I am strictly doing power only right now. I haven't made that announcement. I'm just kind of doing what I do. Anything with the shop, anything with certain customers like that, and power only, that's just kind of what I'm running right now. And I mean, there's no set. I mean, I could go get the trailer and whatnot and run freight or cars or do whatever, but that's not the point of this. I want to show you guys the loads that I can physically take and just show you how shitty a lot of them are paying. And I can show you loads that I've already done, so I'm going to go over that, and then we're going to go over my pay sheet that I have for 2022, show you guys how much money my business has made this year, and show you guys some of the problems that I might face through this time. So let's go over here. So you guys can see right here off the bat we have a job site office trailer. You can see, I don't know, it's 40 by 10 by 13. So one way or the other, it's an oversized load. It's 12,000 pounds, right? 12,000 pounds, not a big deal. I can pull a 17,000 pound trailer. I've put some pretty heavy bumper pulls on that hitch, and people say, oh, they're not rated for that. And honestly, they do it just fine on a 3rd gen Dodge. So whether this is a 10-foot wide or a 13-foot wide, New Jersey to Oregon, dude, this thing pays $242 a mile for an oversized load. That's absolutely ridiculous. Whether you can do it with a semi, whether you can do it with a pickup, it doesn't matter. Now, here's a load that I could physically do. It's Maryland to Oregon, okay? It's paying $1.89 a mile. That's pretty shitty. Any of these power-only loads, they should be paying $2 a mile no matter what. That's just how I feel about it. But this is a 12,000-pound fifth wheel. Okay, not many non-CDL guys can pull that. So technically, you know, if you're running a 14K brand new dually, that's a CDL trailer, 100%. With my truck, it's non-CDL. But with a 14K dually, a new truck, that is a CDL load, and it's paying $1.89 a mile, $5,300 to go across the country. For somebody that's going to pay $6 or $7 a gallon for diesel, that's a bad load. Here you go again. West Virginia to Washington. 2,553 miles, paying $1.68 a mile. You might not think that's bad, but this weighs 24,000 pounds. It's a trailer. It looks like it's a drive-away trailer, but it weighs 24,000 pounds, and they're only going to pay a semi $1.68 to pull that? You're not pulling that with a 5,500 or a 3,500 dually. So you get my point. Like some of these rates, Maryland to Louisiana, paying $3.53 a mile for a Peterbilt. You know, I get it. It's technically on the automotive transport side, so the rate's going to be shitty. But a semi to move one load for $3.53 a mile, you semi guys, let me know. Does that make sense to you? Would you do that? And I'm assuming it needs a lowboy or an RGN. I'm assuming. I don't know. Let me know on that. Here's an oversized boat paying $2.11 a mile for 1,700 miles. Actually, no, that's not an oversized boat. So that's a fair rate right there. You know, $2.11 a mile, a boat, you need the trailer. And it's not an oversized, so yeah, that's a fair load. I can see that paying decent. Let me see. Let's go down here. So this was one that I looked at and I put on my work list. This one is paying $1.74 a mile for 2,000 miles. And I put it on the work list because I'm like, maybe, but then again, it is a gooseneck, 14,000 GVWR. I don't know what's on it. I don't know the specs and everything, but it's paying $1.74 a mile. That was one that I could physically do. I'm going to scroll down because there was a few more on here that I was looking at. Here's a lowboy trailer for $3.17 a mile. Semi. Okay, so here's an aluminum boat trailer. So this guy's paying $1.42 a mile. I get it. It's an empty trailer. But the fuel prices, I'm telling you, for $6, $7 a gallon, it's like, who wants to drive 1,000 miles to make $1,500 and then pay a company 20% on top of that? Pay their maintenance, and like it's a shitty rate. And if you look at where it'd have to come from, it looks like, I'd like to say it's about 1,300 miles for me for $1,500. Right now, I don't think that's worth it. And then I don't know what this one is. This one's a Hotshot, so this one's paying $2 a mile. I would do that if that was a drive-away trailer, absolutely. So that's not too bad. But this is a load board, Carlisle, 300 miles. Stuff like this Sprinter box truck, something like that. I would move that, New York to New York. I would move something like that if I had my trailer. But right now, like I said, trying to keep the expenses very low, considering we're heading into basically a recession, if not already into it by the time the video. There's a lot of bad things going on in the industry. I want to keep my overhead low. I have the trailer. I could go pick it up at any time. I haven't made any payments on it or whatnot, so like nothing's set in stone. But power only just seems to be working for me, and then I can go and collect barrels whenever I'm out. So it's like running the truck on pure waste oil. I am at the point where I think I have like 5.5 full 55-gallon drums. So once I run out of that, I'm going to have to go collect. It's not a big deal for me to go collect because I can spend a day and go get like 400 gallons, which isn't really all that bad. It's a little bit extra work, but it's all free. So basically it's just time. So once a month, if I go collect a bunch of oil, for one day to go collect however much oil I collect to be able to work for a full month is pretty decent. So now we're going to go over the second part of this video where we're going over the bills, how much the business made, and the problems we're having with a lot of this stuff. So let's move to that. So for this part, I am going to completely cut out the left side of, like, you guys, I can't do it, okay. So I'm going to completely cut out the left side of the pay sheet that I have. Yes, I use spreadsheet, okay. So this is basically some of the things, so you guys can see my revenue numbers in January, February, all that stuff. You can see all that, okay. And by the way, none of this is just me showing you guys, being completely transparent and honest with you guys, how the business doing, how I'm doing as an individual, as an owner-operator, as a shop owner, well, not shop owner, but like leasing the shop when needed for, if I need to. So, I will also say that we are still in the process. I'm waiting for an email back tomorrow on the LLC, so CP Logistics hopefully will be all set up within the coming weeks, and then I need to get the DBA for the mobile/shop stuff, which we'll get there. But you guys can see, January, we did this 23. January was a really, really good month, okay? So, January, and then you can see February kind of fell off pretty bad. March, we did 12.1. April, we did 20,800. Last month, I only did 5,500. And then this month, we're at 11,483. Now, the problem that I am having, and for you guys that are wondering, this is the total annual gross number, and this is the total amount paid. Now, this number here is the problem that I'm having with customers, okay? It is very hard to get customers to pay their bill a lot of times on time. You guys can see how many are here. In January, I have one guy that owes me $100. It's obnoxious just seeing it there. It's like $100, whatever. What am I going to be able to do with that? And then this $200 here, that's all taken care of. I'm not worried about him. But it's like $100 and $200. Like, that's obnoxious. Now, this one here, this $38 goes along with this bill here because I separate the bills by month. So whenever there's like a month comes up, I split the bill. You have your invoice from, in this case, April, and then you have the invoice from March. So this customer, he owes me a little over $1,700. You guys can guess which one that is. You guys can see here, $310 and $315. That's all one bill. So that we have it. That's owed out on. Let me just get rid of that. Boom, and then it turns green. So okay. So the total amount owed is about $4,000. So that's what we're owed right now. That's also one of the things, like, it kind of sucks in the trucking industry. A lot of times these brokers do not have to pay you on the spot, and I kind of look at it the same way with, like, the automotive side. It's like, yes, most of the time I try to collect the money as quick and efficiently as possible. Once your stuff's done, give me money. But in the trucking industry, they legally have, I believe it's 90 days, which is why with freight, you have factoring, which basically the factoring company buys the invoice, they pay you, minus a small percentage, and then they go after the company that owes you that money, and then they wait the 90 days. If you're one of those people that has a shitload of capital just sitting aside, you don't worry about that stuff. But unfortunately, we have some things coming up. I will be needing to get tires soon. I don't know how many miles I have on my tires because I wrote it down somewhere and I completely lost it. So for me to go get new wheels and tires for the truck, I believe it's going to cost me about $3,000. So I am going through and doing that. I am debating on, the MTs that I got before. They're about $1,300, or the Nitto Trail Grapplers at a 315/70/17 with the new front wheels. It would be about $2,500. So I don't know which route I want to go. I really don't want to run a mud tire, but the more I think about it, it's like maybe it makes sense because I'm just doing power only right now and then run them until the power only is over. I don't know. It also seems to bother people in that instance, but it's a two-wheel drive truck with a locker. So the mud tires actually work out really, really well. So that's just what I'm saying. That's the problem we're having, but you guys can see the numbers that we did this month. That's not really all that bad, considering, yes, I wanted to be a lot higher than I was. I had a ridiculous goal, and unfortunately, you don't learn things from success. You learn things from failure, and that's how you become better at what you do, and then the next year we can strive for even more. So this year, what I've learned is anything can happen. Recession, prices increase, presidency changes affect a lot of things. A lot of things around the world changes a lot of things. It's just like, this is what is going on. So unfortunately, we're dealing with the cards that were dealt. For the situation I have, it's not all that bad. In all honesty, like that's a really good number for a guy. Because I mean, I went to school with a ton of people that don't make nearly a quarter of that a month. And right now, with like the way gas is and grocery is, it's like we spend $300 a week easily on groceries. So you guys get the point. We're not struggling. So it's just, I'm going to keep doing. Hopefully July is a really good number. That'll be pretty good. And then YouTube ad revenue is always like the first thing. This is my YouTube ad revenue now. For you guys wondering, we started out the year with, for you guys wondering, because you guys asked, $2,800 was my January Google AdSense payment. Google AdSense paid, YouTube basically paid me $22.22. Then they paid me $2,000. Then they paid me $2,400. Then they paid me $1,400. And then you guys can see I stopped really posting at that point, like at the 24. So then it went down to 14, and now it's, I think I'm gonna estimate that next month's gonna be like 500. So I'm not super worried about it. I'm not living off of the YouTube thing anymore. I really don't need to, and I'm trying to grow the business to that point. So once the LLC is done, once the MC number comes in, all that stuff, we're going to be paying the insurance until I think about January, because when I started with JT Hotshotting, I will be with them until the 1-year mark on the insurance, and then I will leave, and I will have my own MC number, and insurance has been paid for like 6 months at that point. So that's kind of the goal there. And yes, CDL is coming too. Next month, I think I'm going for my test. I'm going to try to schedule it for next month to get the CDL going. If you guys have work, if you guys want to bring stuff for the shop, 12-valve swaps, if you have any mechanic work, let me know. If you have any Hotshot work, we're doing pretty much, if I made a post on my Instagram, you guys will see, shop is open for any diesel work and possibly trailer work, depending on what is needed. Power Only Shot is also open and available from PA to anywhere northeast, minus New York, because screw New York, and anywhere down south to Carolina. No cars or freight, trailers loaded or unloaded only. We're doing Maine, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Ohio, and possibly Kentucky. Sometimes, depending on what it is, we'll do the entire Northeast, Georgia, Florida, but deadhead affects pricing for direct customers, and home base is Carlisle, so all miles will be factored. We're not trying to get $2 all miles, but $2 per loaded mile is at least, and then we'll see every situation. So also accepting all bulk oil within 1 hour of the Carlisle, Pennsylvania area, 55-gallon drum at a bare minimal, and up to 415 gallons at a time. Yes, I can come back and collect more if needed. I think I have like 10 55-gallon drums, 9 or 10. So let me know what you guys think about that, and I'm going to call it on that part. But hope you guys enjoy this, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, we also do trailer recovery, so if your driver hits a deer like Tow Piglets did, I can go grab that for you. So just let me know, and then I can also store it. So storage rates are a $20 a day thing. Me and Alex have worked together in the past, so I did him a favor. I cut the storage in half just because, he's done me some favors, so why not pass it back, return the favor to him, especially with the hard times that he is going through right now with his business shutting down like I said, see you guys in the next video later. Also, check out Mudflap, link in the description. See ya.